And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to be discussing the type tool. Now, the type tool is going to be a slightly longer segment than we normally do, but I'm going to break it down into a bunch of videos. The reason why is because the type tool kind of has a lot of options in it, in addition to the fact that it's associated with really two other aspects of Adobe Illustrator. So we're going to be looking at the type tool options, then the character options, as well as paragraph options. But we're going to break them each down. So let's get started. We know our type tool. It's usually, you can see it on the tools panel by the letter T. It's the sixth icon, or if you're looking in terms of columns and rows, it is the third row, the second column, and you will always notice it to be right here. And you can hover over it and it will tell you it's a type tool. You can use the letter T on your keyboard, of course, to select it. And anytime you need to know what you use to select it as a shortcut, just hover over the icon and it'll tell you what the shortcut is. Remember, shortcuts are important. They cut out a lot of time. It may not seem like it. You might think, hey, let me just, hover my mouse over there and click on it. It's good to know where it is, but the shortcuts completely help you, especially if you're doing a lot of work in your piece. Anyway, so let's move on. The first thing you want to do with the type tool is, once you've selected it, you'll notice that you get a cursor line and an arrow and a marquee box. And essentially what this is it tells you where you're going to place this type. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is look at a straight line of type. So all you have to do is select the area you want the type to be and you just click. Once you do that, you can start typing in the box, and let's, change the size so that it's a little bit bigger. And we'll get into that later. But you can type anything that you want in this box. And there you go. It's a straight line of type. No biggie, but there is a difference between the types that you can start off with. There is the straight line type, and then there is an area type. Now, the area type actually allows you to type within a specific box. And what you do to get the area type is you click and you drag out your box for your type. And wherever you let it go is going to be your area type. And then it will be restricted to only fit within that area type. Okay? Now, with respect to this, you might be asking, well, what's the difference between this and this? Well, if we were to keep typing, you'll notice the type just continues to go to the right. And it will keep going on and on and on. It doesn't actually wrap. What this does is it allows your words to wrap within this box. So it automatically sets line breaks around the boundary of the box, and it goes to the next line, and so on and so forth. So that is the purpose of this. Usually you would use straight line text for like display type. Like maybe you have a headline, and you just want that headline to be very big and noticeable, and therefore you don't need it to wrap. It's maybe one sentence or something along those lines. So you don't need area type for that. But if you're going to write paragraph text, and maybe, let's say, it's like a report or, a resume where you're going to have to add a certain amount of text, this would be essentially how it would look. So you want to take that into consideration. Now, if you were paying attention, you just noticed that I resized the text area box. And you can do that just by dragging and clicking corners, and it will dynamically resize whatever is inside your box. It won't necessarily resize the actual characters, but it will resize the shape of the box, which then resizes the area that it can fit in. So it will adjust fluidly within that box. Okay? So that's how you're going to work with the area type and the straight line type. Now, we're going to leave it there for this lesson, And then our next lesson, if we were to click on the type tool, we're going to then talk about typing on paths and the vertical type tool. Okay? So come back for the next lesson and we can check those out. I look forward to seeing you guys there.